Hi, welcome. My name is Chrissy, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the week of the 13th of December. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do prediction readings weekly, monthly, and I also have year predictions. I have 2022 on the platform already. If you want to go and check that out, that would be great. And I also have a global prediction readings as well that I've started doing as well for sort of all around the globe. But I do these weekly ones just to help anybody who's needing that little bit of hope or some guidance in their life. So I'll just get started and I'll just let my channels come through and we'll see if there's any guidance here and messages for you to receive today. Now I'm getting the quote, "There's a heartwarming silence." So there's a silence coming over everything. It's showing me like a very big cloud and it's actually settling on the masses. So it's almost like this big cloud is weighing people down. It's also creating sort of that fog-like effect where people can't see in front of them. They can't sort of get their lights on to see through the sort of cloudy, misty fog. That's definitely the message I'm getting, and that's saying that there's like a very big, heavy energy, and it's almost like a darkness as well. They're showing me sort of grey clouds and this grey mass of damp, danky sort of weather that's shut everybody down, and we're sort of, it's like hibernation almost. They're showing me where you're sort of stuck in your sort of houses. It's almost like a winter energy where you're closed in, and that's the message, is that sort of that big dark cloud is just creating that sort of silence. And sometimes when it is cloudy, it muffles a lot of sounds, so it's kind of like things are being muffled down. So I don't know what's sort of going on around this week, but there's a lot of this being squashed, things being muffled. So it's kind of like you're not seeing the full story. It's kind of like you're only hearing tiny bits and pieces of things. So whatever's happening in your life this week is on the 13th is about things being really muffled down and silenced. So it's kind of that silent energy where things just get squashed. There might be a lot of belligerent people in your life this week. And this often isn't about you. This can often be about their own soul journey and the things that they're going through. So you might come across a lot of this week, and you might harbour a lot of resentment around the way that people are treating you and the things that are going on in your life. But you've got to really find that way to actually ignore and step away from those situations. And that's advice I always give to anybody if they're finding that they're dealing with difficult people or belligerent, rude, arrogant. These are kind of the words that come to mind on the 13th. If you're finding yourself in these kind of situations or dealing with people like that, take the softer approach and sort of take that step back and walk away from situations, because what happens is if you get too volatile people, things just rise up. So you don't want to be rising people up more than what they probably already are this week, especially heading into Christmas. People are sort of on that higher vibration of they've got a lot of things to do before Christmas and going on holidays and these kind of things, which people haven't done for quite a while in the last couple of years. So they're going to have that higher energy. So that's something to be aware of the week of the 13th, just to subdue those things and don't rise up. Just walk away or just turn and just don't kind of react. Just keep really grounded if you find you're coming across really belligerent people. I'm getting visions of like stock taking. So it's like when the shops do their stock take, they count everything. So I feel like this is a really good time for you to kind of take stock in your own house, in your own home. What things are important to you, what things aren't important to you, get rid of certain things. This could be even, I think I've said that in the last few weeks, about clearing out some friends too. Take stock of who's important in your life and who has meaning and who makes you feel good as well, because we don't want to surround ourselves with things that just are sitting on the shelf for years and years and years. It's like products in a shop. You know, you don't want things that are old, you want to bring in the new. And they stock take to see how everything's actually functioning. So this is the same sort of message for in your home. You've got to do a stock take. You know, your kids might have moved out, for example, and you've got a lot of their stuff sitting there. Well, you've got to kind of maybe get containers and start to sort of move that energy. It's not that you're letting go of them. It's about creating new things. So then you might turn, for example, something into a guest room, and then you might get your visitors and your relatives kind of visiting you, and that's a positive thing. So sometimes taking stock of our situation and looking at it in a realistic perspective can help us also to move forward. And that can be in any avenue of your life. It might even be at work. Your desk might be really piled up with a lot of papers and just you're getting a little bit overwhelmed. We'll start to clear these things. And stock taking is about really focusing on the things that are important and putting them as priority and making sure you've sort of got all your ducks in a row. So that's what they're kind of saying about that stock take, that it's okay to sort of check on things and see where you are. And that's definitely the message for the week of the 13th. Just take stock of where you are in all aspects of your life. Now, I feel that people are beside themselves. And I'm getting very chest tightness and heaviness and sighing. And this is around, I feel, as we all know, about a lot of the things that are going on out there. There's just sort of this never-ending stream of stuff that keeps coming at us. And it's like the dummy that keeps kind of getting knocked over, the little punching bag things that get knocked over and bounce back up and get knocked over and bounce back up. And that's what it's kind of showing us, like, keep getting back up. Don't stay down. Keep getting up. Keep getting up. Now, all things end, and that is the message to try and help some of this anxiety and relief, because some people are full of fear, some people have anxiety, some people have anger. There's a lot of emotions that you've got to really be aware of on this week of the 13th, because a lot of people are feeling that way, and you've also got to know that you're not alone in feeling that way, because it's very hard to keep picking yourself up when you feel like life's kind of knocking you around, and everyone feels that in their own way, because that depends on the circumstances and how you grew up and how you perceive the world. So this week it's very important that you keep getting up and keep getting up. And again, that could be around when you're interacting with belligerent or really arrogant and ignorant kind of people. This is about getting yourself up and remaining really stable. You know, I'm also getting visions of that tree bending, like, you know how trees really bend in a cyclone or a really severe storm. They can bend right down to the ground without snapping, and then they can bounce back up as soon as the storm's over. So that's kind of the message as well, is just to stay really flexible during any sort of stormy and turbulent times. Again, I get the word courage. That's come up a few times of late. Courage is about inner strength, but courage to me is also about wisdom. So use your wisdom this week as well. Like, if you feel like you've got something to share with others, whether it be somebody more youthful than you or of the younger generation, and you have some really good knowledge that you feel you can share, don't just hold that in and think, oh, why would they be interested? They might be really interested in that information. So I also feel that courage is about sharing our knowledge and sharing our wisdom and sort of in a kindly way that can help other people. And that's having courage in yourself and your own beliefs and your inner strength. So that's something I would focus on this week. If you get that urge to speak up and to talk to anyone and share some information that maybe you have been through, or you found a way to get through past experiences, you can also share that knowledge. So have that courage of speaking up, because a lot of us suppress a lot of things that we're feeling and thinking at the time because we think nobody's going to be interested. But this week is definitely a sign and a message for you here to stay really courageous and have your voice. And I've talked about this a lot in the last few weeks as well, that our voices really need to be heard and we need to learn to listen as well. So definitely be really courageous this week. So the final message is to find that inner sanctum. So what they're saying here is you have to, in times of very chaotic things that can be going on out there globally, you know, just here in Australia, like wherever you're living, it doesn't matter where you are, you've got to find your inner sanctum. So this is about finding that peaceful place, coming together, having things to look forward to, finding that joy. Christmas is obviously something that a lot of us are focused on. Maybe for some people it's having a holiday because they have not had a break for a couple of years. You know, some businesses have been really, really busy. We've been very fortunate in that situation, but others have struggled. So people are needing that break from that sort of exhausting, repetitive mouse wheel of, oh my gosh, just things being thrown at us. So definitely learn to find that inner sanctum. Do the things you love. Find your passions. This week, embrace people. Give someone a hug. You know, nothing better than giving someone a hug and just really enjoying your own personal space too, because I think that's how we all heal from these kind of really big traumas that we've all been affected by. Everybody, no one could say their life has not been affected by the last couple of years in enormous ways. Some financially, some emotionally. You know, people have lost people and people just haven't even been able to go and visit people at their own parents' funerals. Like, it's just craziness that has been going on in all aspects. So that's why finding that inner sanctum this week is very important to you going forward and enjoying that Christmas period and enjoying time with your family and friends and learning to just embrace those special moments that we've kind of all been deprived from in the last couple of years. So look, I hope that helped you today. These are just my weekly little readings from my guides to you to help you with some things to get you through the weeks. If you would like to go and check out my channel, I have many other self-help videos as well on depression, feeling suicidal, suffering, grief. I've also got body language, attraction tips and tricks on there as well. So please go check them out. Go check out my global readings as well. Hit the like buttons. Please leave me comments. I would love to hear from you guys about how these readings are helping you. And subscribe, of course, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.